GamerLegion will make less mistakes today based on what we've seen from them so far at this event and in general. And I think that's just a good sign for the matchup. Virtus.pro have been struggling to be consistent, but we can say that they are here today because they showed much better rounds on average than FURIA did, at the very least. So I think the main problem, however, as it went back to in the desk, was the veto. GamerLegion have an edge there. We won't get Dust 2 in this series. So it's a little extra test here for Electronic. But maybe he could have seen this coming.
Looking to flash their way into elbow to disrupt it, but Icy double P250 headshot. Ooh,
oh,
triple kill from the P250. First round looking great for Icy. Want to talk about somebody who's maybe a little hot and cold at times. You know, you used the word bipolar when it came to your opinion of Virtus.pro. I feel like Virtus.pro themselves are bipolar at times. And I'm not just talking about Electronic. I just mean, you know, in their play, in sometimes their pace, right? There's this conversation around, like, this is no longer James VP, meaning it's supposed to have been faster because it was at first, but now they've just reverted back to more of his old tempos. Like
identity crisis.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know if it's bipolar or schizophrenic, but it's something.
We could call them the bipolar bears.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Bipolar bears with a pistol.
Yeah, Icy was, and Icy's a little inconsistent, but he was great yesterday. Was super clean back on Dust 2. Nice to see that he's still playing well here. He was like 15-8 when everyone had 15 or more deaths on the server.
It's kind of him and Flit at the moment, the two best players for Virtus.pro at this event.
Yeah, Flit was slippery too.
I never know who I like more, Flit or Fame. You ever have to balance that act?
Nope, I like Flit more.
Okay. I do too, but Maui Snake always makes me think Fame is better. And then
Fame is better.
Yeah, that's what Maui Snake says. That's what Maui Snake says every time I try to bring up Flit. It's because I put Flit and Fame. You always see them together. They're about the same height. They're two big giants.
Oh yeah, they definitely look alike.
Yeah, and they act alike.
Yeah, I can see that. They always walk together.
All the time.
Just 7 feet tall each.
Thing 1 and Thing 2. But Flit is pulling ahead at this event specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I would go out on a limb and say he's always been ahead of Fame.
Thank you.
But this is Flit we're talking about. James S tier on the player ranking. Flit. Yeah, I think Fame's Fame's a real soldier. Seems like a guy who absolutely listens to instructions, and even though he was plucked out of FPL for having some of the highest elo that you can get, he isn't swinging it like a star player. He didn't come onto the team and become like a Yakinder. He went utility first on his approach in learning how to play in James' system, and Flit is also definitely more of a soldier, but at the same time, he's more creative. I think he's more like a Frozen. He's very...
Ooh, I like that comparison.
Very good. Individual decision-making, but it's not always just like, I'm 3-2-1 swinging this angle. It's like, whoa, what's he doing there? Oh my god, he's pushing the smoke. Oh my gosh, like he's acting on the fly a lot. Whereas Fame's more of a pragmatist.
Flamus, Flit, and Fame. Electronic Icy, everybody ready to hit this A site once the bomb gets in position, and the USPs aren't going to do much, you'd assume. You'd assume, wouldn't you? Rez had other ideas hiding there in the deepest corners of the bomb site. Only one by the looks of it. Everything comes with an asterisk. Maybe. Possibly. Probably. You know? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Try to come to a conclusion. You might be wrong. Read the kill feed as it happens. You're a second behind.
It's a black box, man. It's the beauty of Counter-Strike right there.
Gotta tiptoe our way through the minefield that is the reality of Counter-Strike. But that one with not too much resistance. GamerLegion, lose pistol, VP convert, and we've got rifles on the field in round 3.
who's got the better buy right now. I feel like they're just about equal.
Yeah,
no ops on either side.
Nades on VP though. Oh. Yep, quick, change POV. You never saw it. That was a res frag that bounces back at him. Could have maybe wounded Flawless. Mac-10 gets out middle on its own. Pack of players for Virtus.pro moves back towards main. And at the moment, that's PR. Highest performing player in the server so far throughout Bucharest.
Having a pop-off event.
And let's see what he has to offer here. M4A4 boosted. And if they're not clean about the approach, great chance for him to get some early kills. Now, Slen's going to come and support him for a second, but then opts to double back towards Donut. And it looks like GamerLegion want to push towards middle as suddenly we see that util come over the top of the A site.
They know what's happening, huh? They're coming to re-clear mid. They still have 2 on A. Uh-oh.
Bad timing. Rez pulls the smoke out. Lucky to be alive. A4 only good for the 1. So you've got a hard hitter down, and they see that as a chance to go swinging wide.
Whoa, they don't have a smoke for Donut?
Not
no, they do. It's deep. It's deep.
Extinguished their own Molotov there. Fame not getting the most out of the util, and then the smoke fades. Makes it a little weird. M4 in the backdrop, double temple push here. ZTR jumping MP9, and Flawless sees that as a chance to strike Donut. Perfect. Into the double headshot, he'll go. 2v2, and Fame with head tucked back sight, honed in on by ZTR, but so be it. Towson wants the fresh mag at half health to deal with this clutch, and it is Flawless who is off to the races, 5-0, and that's Towson to depart. VP clean sweep of the first 3 rounds.
Didn't know it, but that was the best way to approach jumping into Donut. He got the full HP player down first, so the spray transfer was extremely simple for Flawless, and this is Flawless versus his old roster of GamerLegion. Of course, it always is a little bit more fun when you have a matchup like that. There was a Portuguese term for a player who leaves a team and plays against their old roster, and I think like when you think about who gets more of an advantage.
Portuguese term, but you're not going to tell me what the term is?
I don't know what the term was, but it was on Twitter.
But it exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mentioned it was about one of like Pain or FURIA or one of those.
Right,
teams.
yeah.
So, but the idea is that you have more power as the one player who leaves than the team that you left.
All right.
Versus that one player. Because Flawless leaves with the whole playbook, right?
Of course, yeah.
Whereas Flawless himself is playing on a brand new system. So for GamerLegion, that could cause problems if Flawless can translate that into really good reads.
You know what they say, there is an old ancient Chinese proverb. There is one.
But I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah. You keep your secrets, Launders.
I'm just not brave enough to try to pronounce words in Portuguese. Not brave like you, Connor.
Towson single AK out there on the field, obviously saved from the last round, all about tiptoeing around it. We're also already getting a faster pace out of Virtus.pro today than we did versus FURIA yesterday, for the record. Not every VP game is long and boring, Richard Lewis. They'll take their sweet time through middle, make sure they secure Donut safely. There is still a forward tempo. This one's not going to come down to the final 15 seconds, is it? Just because a smoke grenade lands in front of them, Donut. Flit trying to catch flanks. There's that bottom ramp swing. He tries to go for the cave kill, and Rez capitalizes with a man advantage. Now a second AK picked up. We hit 20 seconds. Still not 10, but another smoke here in front of Electronic. You only need 4 to plant, and they've got 10 seconds left. There's the push out of Electronic through the smoke. Fame gets the entry. Here we go. 5 seconds. Bombs on site. That's all they need. Rez still offers up the deeks, though. Triple Desert Eagles so far this round. And the wide swing, so ZTR's got the 4th kill, and they go ahead to win the 2v2. But they planted the bomb before the clock expired, and that's an improvement from yesterday.
That's right. They didn't run out of time entirely. And I think at least because the retake was very fast. It was an overall, on average, above speed round here for Virtus.pro.
It might be long, but it's not boring.
Yep.
Action-packed adventure there, brought forth by Rez. You know, Rez and GamerLegion is like Spinks and Mouse. It's just an organization I never thought would pick up somebody who had that wealth of experience. You know, a big ticket item.
Yeah,
but I've liked both moves.
True.
You know, Rez turns back, easy for the first one. Runs out of bullets, so can't finish off his second meal. We get that trade out from Elbow. 4 players strong, Virtus.pro.
A little awkward, right? Because they actually take this fight, they win it. Rez is alone, nearly gets 2, but they have one mid, whether they realize it or not. I mean, Flip's in a position where they can just poke back out if they want to, but it feels like Virtus.pro are making themselves a little bit more uncomfortable than they need to be. And very careful there from ZTR. He does spot a shoulder. Flip backs off. See if Towson preempts the smoke. Hearing that utility come over top of him. There's no smokes left here for VP, so they might be coming through this.
Yeah, they'll charge headstrong into it. Clean control of the AK there from ZTR. And that's man advantage, not to mention Fame basically dead already. Flitting Fame in a 2vx, but Slen's nade drops bomb.
Awkward.
Things get slowed down by Forced. Slend on the angle, not just the grenade, but the op shot to follow suit. And GamerLegion keep majority alive in their pursuit of Virtus.pro's lead.
Was such a quality spray there from ZTR. I think his first bullet hit the second guy right in the head. And it didn't even feel like a total spray transfer, but an absolute must-hit kill out of ZTR. Didn't die in the shoulder peek in Cave. Got some info early here. And I feel like VP, again, they won mid but didn't realize it and then felt the need to go into one of the extremities earlier than they would normally do. I think they just missed a smoke and spawn too. Unfortunate. That was theirs, but they still got one more.
Electronic hangs onto it while Flawless has the Kevlar AK. So wait out the first volley of nades. Electronic gonna try to just offset Rez, and he'll go for the reposition instead. That's what they're looking for.
Okay.
They create a concern of GamerLegion, who get active, pay the cost, nade.
Oh, that's so good.
Great damage, especially on the one guy with Kevlar. Of the 4 players who take the nade damage, you find Flawless with the most of it. Now Towson, lane control at the time being. And obviously they caught that kill outside of Cave. This deep smoke should make them cautious as they'll go jumping through this eventually.
I mean, if VP play their cards right, you know, this is a very light round utility-wise from the CT side. It's all about entries, and Flawless hit a great shot already.
PR rotates over into the B site, drops his incendiary into the collection of Towson. And then reroutes over to the short side of the bomb site. So looks like they're going to let them jump out from Cave. Looks like they're going to let them crest up ramp. Utility behind the pillar to try and deny bomb plant here, but still it's a numbers game. And there's that smoke out of Electronic. Icy's looking for the plant after the fire has stopped. And so again, Virtus.pro time it to a T. Few extra seconds allowed to plant, and Flawless, it's all about keeping this head down until the perfect time to strike. Fame with that second rifle connects onto Towson, and so then he leans back. Rez's flank up through middle. We'll see if that comes back to get Fame, who's standing here exposed. So it's the first rifle down, and Flawless back at bat. Flit just giving him the old bait and switch, but now no gun in hand, and 2 sets of eyes on ramp will clear this corner. All good for GamerLegion. They'll tie this game at 3.
Really trusted their protocols falling back off along for that retake, so I think in the back of their minds they're like, we'll win this slowly, even if it's 4v5. They would have hoped to, like that previous round, kill the bomb planter with an HE, but even getting the damage helped them move forward. Here's that first shot again. Excellent. 1 bullet kill. Also, this kill from Fame made it seem like maybe they'll win anyways. But again, it's GamerLegion. They had the outs. They were slowly coming in from the back of Cave. They had utility. They had players.
Nice, guys. My bad.
My bad, says ZTR.
Was he pushing Cave? Oh. Unlucky, man. I mean, it was a great shot that was there for Flawless.
Yeah, he was the cave push.
Yeah, he was a B player. Don't have to apologize for that one.
Good etiquette, though.
Yeah, very Swedish of him.
None of his teammates can harbor any hard feelings. You know, apologies go a long way.
Yeah. Now he would know.
ZTR. And if you apologize, you can try. You can do it again in the next round. Gets active into the lane.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Won't happen again. And he's right. He doesn't get picked off early. Instead, takes total lane control. That frees up Slend to then post on the angle bottom middle. And as long as Towson keeps eyes on the base of the ramp, then this op will await its point of contact.
Yeah, it's a huge setup for Slend. I mean,
Yep.
they're really just trying to buy him as much time as possible. Like, how are you supposed to get him here?
Yep. This is that activity that I was trying to allude to. He's not going to get himself a second, but you've still got 2 players down here now. Do they feel nervous that a climb up could cause them to feel exposed? Maybe. That could be their motivation to disengage. And that would have assumed they left, but instead ZTR goes ahead, tucks himself in pocket. And we could have a world here where Rez has his hands full, because you've got 3 players up in main, 4th one soon to join them. He's trying to cross over to the big box, and now they've emerged. But will they let their guards down? Does he strike them? His teammate from the backdrop, there's the lineup. Rez recovers the front runner, and with the damage he's already done to the other 2, this is Rez getting value out of the position. Icy's gonna burn him out. You've got Towson now disengaged, just deep on this angle.
There's no donuts.
Smoked off, nothing you can do about that. We hit 10 seconds, and ZTR just trying to buy time as fire hits the site. Smoke goes down in front of Donut. Icy just tagged up again and again, and that's gonna force them to leave. VP tried to play it down to the clock, and there it is. First round lost by time.
They have such good utility though, huh? GamerLegion, like the quality of utility in this round is so high. They don't waste anything. They had a lineup for even that Molly coming through the CT smoke. They just knew how to delay perfectly. And Rez, also, that's just like Rez at his peak. You know, he gets a lot of damage off on the first, but his second shot, like, he has to get that next kill, and it's right to the head, you know? So not only does he get some extra damage, which would already be a good setup for slowing this round down, but he can fall back on his aim and hit a great flick.
I think the opening move there from ZTR to run the cave gamble to get the op of Slend posted elbow, those are the kinds of active moves at the starts of rounds that FURIA weren't making versus VP yesterday. And I expected these sorts of moves from GamerLegion in contrast.
Yeah.
You know, GamerLegion bring ideas.
Yeah.
Yep, and that difference, I think, is what's going to cause Virtus.pro to have more issue with some of these late round plays.
Like, you know, like Ash he just stares at a mini map and just comes up with an idea.
Yeah.
It's like, why doesn't this work? And then they try it.
Just feels like he's an ideas guy and works with rosters that are full of kind of energetic players that are looking to make moves, looking to leave a mark. GamerLegion seek out round-winning plays. Towson falls back for just enough time for the front player to not spot him. Easy cleanup here as he gets flashback in through that smoke. Teammates come to help out. 3.5 frags here for Towson on his own. And so that one rifle doesn't get going. And Virtus.pro very quickly losing control of this game as we go 5 rounds straight, GamerLegion.
Can you even see the flash dodges? He's just in perfect flux with each one coming in. His teammates flashing from behind. He knows as they exit, there's going to be one. Turns his back for the second while he's aiming perfectly as well. So, lovely round out of Towson.
Let's fucking go, man!
Now they're getting fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. We got playoffs on the line with this matchup. And GamerLegion have looked good out of the gate. I mean, the way that they just smashed Falcons.
Yep. This game, GamerLegion will make less mistakes. First, we'll have to take it to the next level.
Damn, PR just slices the head off Electronic.
Oh,
Flamas didn't get the trade, and look how far back CT's now lean with Slend on the angle. He'll eat the flashbang, but PR's coming back at it. Second servings in mid. Had him convinced that maybe they'd left, but the swing back from Donut as the Opera loses his line.
No trade from their cave player as well.
At all.
Yeah, the cohesion's not quite there. It is for GamerLegion, though.
Slend gets an early warning as that tip of Flit's barrel comes around the corner. Deep shot here for ZTR on the ramp, and he doesn't go back at it, but instead keeps himself alive.
It's an awkward fight, disengages. Can just see the numbers are high here for GamerLegion, and the time is low for Virtus.pro. I don't know if that was Flit in the cave, but there was a moment there where they have mid, they have B control as well. They should be fighting harder for mid, but instead they're falling back out, but not really corroborating that information to their teammates above. And GamerLegion definitely could have caught falling back in that three-player setup, but this one goes to time. Forced situation. This GamerLegion just dominated the map.
Counter-terrorists win.
Looking extremely strong here to start Ancient. One time we've seen GamerLegion play really slow themselves was that match versus Spirit on Anubis.
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's just like the special, you know, special strategy for this one team they were never supposed to beat. But otherwise, they do just have a normal looking game plan. A little bit different than other teams, but fundamentally sound.
Fundamentally sound and propped up at the moment by very good form from not just one player, but the core of it. Ooh, Icy.
A shot.
There's that op in the backdrop, great coverage, and that's just a flood of VP players now up into the red room. We'll see if this round remains with a faster tempo than the prior.
Yeah, we've got to see how ZTR and Flit go at it, because they're going to try to split A, it looks like.
Nice kill from Rez, that's the bomb.
Oh, Icy, you saw that.
Bomb dropped top red steps. Towson, yeesh. Electronic inside of the CT spawn. Towson in between two. Icy's hitting some very critical op shots this round. And he's just baiting out Rez's position just to reconfirm it. Sitting on top of bomb, but soon to be surrounded. Icy locks in for this one.
Wow, what a turret.
3 kills critically, giving cover to the top of the red room to allow those T's to push. That's what frazzles GamerLegion for just enough time. And then he hits that critical up-close shot on the red room push.
That was a great shot. I mean, if not for that first kill, they could have been 3 players getting sprayed down from just a very small target inside a window room. He really took that fight carefully and still got destroyed by Icy.
Nice showcase of op play from Icy. Somebody we certainly want to hype up for the Virtus.pro win conditions in the absence of James. So they make it happen with a lesser buy. VP to still tie up if they can finish and figure out these last 2 rounds. But coming out of those B doors, a little bit of awkward utility.
Gonna pop this open in a second. We'll gotta see where the T's are at. Not out just yet.
Timing's a bit off. They'll allocate Slend instead to the red room.
Looks like they tried to pop it open at the tail end of the smoke in case there was a re-smoke.
Easy.
Free. And there is no re-smoke.
Icy tries to walk into the angle. Slend just slaps him away here in round 11.
Yeah, it's a little awkward because they just hoped that everyone left from the CT perspective.
Slend's incendiary prevents the red room push-up. PR's got control of Donut alongside Rez, so it looks like GamerLegion have repositioned right, but he turns, he looks away, and Electronic gets a double headshot entry.
Oh, that's awkward, man.
Why turn?
I don't know. He's just actually looking at what Rez's angle looked like from his perspective, but wasn't necessary, that's for sure.
Ooh, now VP cracking into the tail end of this T side. And this is off the 4 versus 5. That's Electronic's best mechanical moment of this map. Back-to-back headshots and donut. GamerLegion saving for the 12th round of the half. Ouch, everything started so well. The repositionings all looked like they made sense.
Yeah, that's a mistake from PR. It's a small mistake with big implications, obviously. Just check back for a second. It's just hard to justify.
Terrorists win.
With a 2-player donut setup, they were hoping for people walking in from mid.
Just a lapse in focus for half a second. He gets smothered by Electronic, and VP will be gunning for the tie.
If I had to guess, he was looking to see if Rez could see completely into mid, because then he could swing out a little bit without, and just not play VP for no reason. Oh, another good opening.
Yeah. Headshot starting to connect here for Virtus.pro. Rifles online. Flit finds a vacant B site because the second defender inside of the caves. Virtus.pro put 2 smokes in the same position. Flit finds contact inside cave just to confirm it. He's looking to keep that forward position as advanced as possible in the face of GamerLegion's retake attempt. Mandatory retake attempt in just a second. They go double cave, double back lane. Flit staring at the sky. This is a fun position. He's trying to hide himself in that little crack, but his back is exposed. Look, he just thinks he's unspotted. He gets hit by Slen's off. Yeah, jig is up. I don't think so. You're not Austin. Electronic, he's also burned out from this corner. Flit's dead first in the retake. Now the flash finds eyes of fame, and they'll still close out. VP managed to get these last 3 rounds. The first 3, the last 3, and this half ends up tied.
You're not Austin, little bro.
You can try. You can
That's
try.
hilarious. I wonder if he's also looking up for flashes that are coming from spawn at the same time. I don't know, because obviously it's not helping him hide more.
Right.
But shot right in the backpack.
I mean,
You're not Austin.
I'll give him points for trying.
If Austin didn't make a video about it, don't try playing that angle.
Yeah, right. It's like if Nart gets your utility lineups on the internet.
Exactly.
You got to change your playbook. Virtus.pro use this one corner to win great games.
So the couple of mistakes out of GamerLegion were enough for VP to get back into the game. That's actually huge for the sake of their map pick, of course, here on Ancient. Another game that can be decided by a pistol. What's the game plan, ZTR?
Double smoke, double molly, and all 5B. Waste no time here, Rez. Flit gets it, the headbutt, and Beretta's ready. There's no flashes for him to dodge, you won't know it.
He actually got hit in the head through the wall with a Glock. Knock, knock.
I mean,
You can spam this wall too.
this Glock does come with more than 100 bullets.
For free.
Oof. Flit gets spotted there by the ZTR jump up. Flash misses its mark.
Nothing.
Yeah, second one will connect at least. Electronic tries to set up Flawless to recover. Instead, it's man advantage here for GamerLegion and an uninterrupted bomb plant. They'll lock 2 into the cave in case there's a flank, not the case. That smoke grenade. Ooh, that blocks off half of the post plant here for GamerLegion. Feels like Rez is at some point going to have to come running out if the kills continue to come forth from Virtus.pro. Icy looking to post up on the ramp. A tap of the bomb to elicit reactions. Here's that double push. And CT's damn near clean it all up, but PR gives it the wrap back around sight. And he's into the cover. Just playing with him here. Icy down to 3 bullets, so he's going to have to keep it clean.
So good.
Time decides in the end, and PR wins out pistol.
Oh my goodness. Icy dipped out to cave in that spot. That's perfect micro out of PR. Playing off the audio. Has to be very quick reactions to make sure you don't get clipped in that situation. Such good use of that pillar. Damn, that's actually quite a close call. And VP's cave smoke nearly won the round. But this first flash from Electronic, unfortunately, just did nothing. And it seems like it just totally missed on the lineup because the second one hit. But by that point, you've already lost a teammate.
Losing pistol won't stop VP from coming in with the buy. Triple MP9. Nice little collection of grenades. And a 3-player A setup.
Spotters, man. It's definitely just one of the best ways to get info safely. But they don't see anything. They're going to just try to go for the stack. But when you hear the HEs, that's when you know.
Ooh, well placed. Well placed for the MP9 to try to clean up, but Flawless gets a little too wild with it as 4 players still emerge on A.
They just gave up on the site setup.
Yep. Very well timed there by GamerLegion. Very sudden as well, that hard commitment.
They had a timing in their head. If they show up before this time, then yeah, they'll probably take A. If not, let's go stack B. Ends up being wrong, so just really great approach here from GamerLegion, whether that's prep or intuition. You think this GamerLegion team is like now in a place where they might not need to make any more changes? They obviously made a lot of changes to get to this position, including like releasing Flawless not because of his performance, but just because of his style.
Sure.
Does it feel like they've got that composition now to you?
I think that all the players on this team have kind of earned a chance to, at least throughout this year of 2025, just run with this. I mean, you made top 8 at IEM Katowice, which is just on the brink of an actual arena playoffs game. You are now sitting 2-1 in a Swiss group's going to make top 8 at this, presumably, if the success of this best of 3 continues forward. You know,
yeah, I'm feeling it too.
It's hard to pick a role in GamerLegion. I mean, you could maybe pick up a star or something like that, but I don't think that's what they should do. I think Rez just cemented something with this team, and he brings in that wealth of experience. He's been playing better individually here as well.
Yeah, he's been doing awesome.
You know, no, it feels like to me like everybody on this GamerLegion roster has earned some runway, and I hope they continue to run with it. Speaking of which, charging headstrong through Red Room into the CTA wrap.
Oh man, they have no idea what's going on.
Sweaty.
Just re-smoking CT
Sweaty stuff here, and
they're just out of the round entirely.
Yeah.
Left their own site by accident, and yeah, there was just too many smokes. Not enough info on mid. Another great call for GamerLegion.
You know, speaking of which, again, I love the combination of Ash and ZTR.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it almost feels like, in a way, he's got himself another Shuhei.
And Ash has quite a Swedish affect. I feel like he's kind of just easygoing. Everyone just says he's really he's a really easy guy to deal with.
And I've thought about this, too, where, you know, a lot of people, because of the Shuhei move to Liquid, were kind of saying, well, they need a coach, so they should get Ash back. And there was that rumor that there was once going to be the Shuhei, Ash, and 3D Max core organization, whatever, popping up. I thought to myself, like, I actually like seeing Ash with newcomers, up-and-comers. He's almost like a Cyclone to me. I don't know if I would want to see Ash just allocated to a team with a bunch of, like, you know, fulfilled egos and star players of the past. Like,
yeah,
give him a project to work on. He feels like, to me, the kind of guy who's doing woodworking in his basement. You know, and GamerLegion is his baby.
And people
it's
are
his
stealing
project.
his inventions.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but it's okay. He sells them at cost, by choice.
Ash invented the guillotine. Someone else just took credit for it. Alexander Graham Ash.
Keep him right here. I think GamerLegion have absolutely gotten their money's worth out of him and the effect he's had on their rosters. I mean, GamerLegion was an org we barely talked about before Paris, and now they've become a mainstay of Counter-Strike. But back to the game, because we've got real guns in the hands of VP, and they had a man advantage. Flit.
Rez's aim, man, just never fails.
No. Years later.
Yeah, no kidding. Talk about a journeyman. The bomb's in window, which is awkward. Slen's here watching a flank because they're worried about a reclaim into mid through donut. Not a real threat for the moment, but if they do catch a push, this would be a nightmare for VP. But at the moment, because they don't have middle, looks like they want to take a small risk. And, oh, Slend fails the spray. Bomb dropped in an awkward spot. ZTR, however.
Yeah, he slipped through.
This one's free.
Oh, the shadow. Oh, no.
Oh, awkward.
It's what, Launders?
That one's free.
Huh.
It was free.
It was supposed to be, and the round could still come back their way if not for Flit catching Rez off guard. You've got 32 health combined here for Virtus.pro. 20 seconds to the clock for Towson, and he's got bomb possession, plus that B bomb site now.
Look
with
how low they are.
Yeah, with Flamas pushing beyond this site. He's going to have to bank on a wallbang to stop plant. I don't think he gets up ramp fast enough unless that fake. That fake gives him just enough time. Towson turns his back. Ramp player now going to emerge just in time to close this. Flamas finds the better of the timing. Virtus.pro, a 7th round win. He shoots at the shadow in Temple.
Yeah, that's
unfortunate moment there for ZTR.
Someone call it bad. It's because of Austin CS, man. Like, just can't trust anything on Asia anymore. Oh, Icy's like, what the hell? Icy actually aimed at the shadow of his shoulder peak because he thought that was a jump too.
Lighting, dude. It'll get you.
Yeah.
Rez is statistically having his best year of Counter-Strike since 2017.
Since Oakland.
Damn.
84 years ago.
Yeah. Since the year that earned him 6 more in that NIP jersey. Next closest would have been 2022 when we re-emerged in the LAN environment.
We are comparing 3 months of stats to 12, right?
So.
No, I love it.
He is on for his best year since 2017. Counter-Terra is playing into the forward mid-aggression. Virtus.pro lock it into the corner. Fame knows he can't stick around. So evident that they knew what he was up to. Flamas versus Rez queued up here, supported by Electronic in the cave.
That's a duel I want to see, you know, Flamas and Rez.
Hell yeah. But you'll have to wait because it gets smoked off by Electronic in cave as he peels back. Looks to join Flit in sight instead.
They've co-opted the idea of shoulder peeking almost everything. These counter mollies are really important so you don't have to re-clear stuff. With mid getting taken over, it suddenly becomes a good-looking map here for GamerLegion. They've got the window smoke in. CTs are not in a position to retake this. Flamas has to actually be careful. You know, playing right on their right side. But it looks like GamerLegion wanted A. I think they just turned this PR into a B lurk. Surely up by window, but at the moment, Towson's going back around to main. They just want to fight their way through Donut. And this is where time becomes a problem for them.
You're sitting on 20 seconds. You're playing in the bear cave.
Oh!
And into Donut goes the wide swing. You've got Electronic down for the count. It's the Rez double. Icy at bat. Can't really get out comfortably. 7 seconds. They try to plant the lineup just off the mark. Flamas looked like he could have had it, but no, sir. The cover of the boxes serves up the post plant. down to the absolute limit here from GamerLegion, giving Virtus.pro a taste of their own medicine.
I mean, they could easily have lost some time here if not for Rez. Like, he hits the first shot instantly, doesn't lose any HP, and then he sort of inadvertently baits PR, who runs out first. And because he didn't lose any health, he can survive even though PR goes down instantly. That's 2 great entries out of Rez with no time to spare. Two-way map from him here. Very solid kills.
Terrorists win.
And that's as close to a superstar as they've ever tried to really recruit.
First real chance for Rez to kind of reinvent himself in his career.
Oh, it's just perfect. And he's pissed about that one. And it actually looked like he might have been mad at the setup, right? Because they ended up just being 2 pieces, taking fights one after another. But
no, those
but
those were judgmental eyes down the line.
It's hard to say. Like, looking back at that, he's in the position to take the second. Wait, did he take the first fight of the second there?
No, he died after Fame.
Yeah, so who knows? You know, if he was in front, then maybe I could understand, but this is the round they've got to focus on. It's not the eco that comes out of it.
Clean from Rez, looking for the trade now, bottom middle, but he eats a teammate's flash. Cave is covered. Well done by ZTR to keep Rez up. Flawless burned forward. And so they unravel it, but Icy's op's been found out.
And Icy will immediately move, which is actually really cool. He understands that he's too much of a threat, but running through Donut is the best way to avoid all hazards.
Smoke down in front of Icy's arrival, just misses out on the timing. Trying to set it up.
Yeah.
If he draws all the attention, then this A main flank that comes back to sight. Oh, it gets covered, the bomb plant attempt. Icy just barrels out into the site here. Tries to go for the op shot that didn't look too far off, but it's still the open door through CT back to B.
Oh, that's tough. Icy, man, he was trying to stay one step ahead that entire time. And look who's
dirty. Rez. No.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Okay, missed the chance. He'll clean it up.
That was very scary.
Is he gonna go for a knife?
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely should have taken that one.
Settle down now, Rez.
We'll ever remember, though, because he got the kill. Just chilling, drinking my Coca-Cola. And here's where the pain begins. It's obviously two rounds in a row. The force down last round out of Virtus.pro, and you know, we already saw one MP9. They're gonna invest here. I don't know what kind of buy this is gonna be.
It'll have 2 M4s, but that's about it. Plenty of smokes. MP9s inbound, no doubt. No, not even. All right, it's pistols. Banking on Flit and Fame.
It's only VP who even out money this way. It's somehow.
Here we go, the soldiers of Virtus.pro in Flit and Fame. They are both here inside of the B site, but that doesn't mean the game. Oh, come on now. Rez, 20 kills. And as he peels away, Flawless picking up that M4. Fame in front of the smoke will catch him off. Rez a little too high on his own supply. Trying to continue that spray down, just welcomes the front peak, but that's fine. Total map control for GamerLegion, but Towson actually lets both the M4s over.
They didn't see him?
I guess not. Did the rest of them pause? PR gets caught playing with grenades.
Yeah, they should be going B after Towson sees 2 crossing.
They'll double back, and Towson has to now lock them in. If he let them cross to begin with, then he has to lock them in. He saw 2 players cross, but he's thinking maybe still a third.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's got a weird read on the situation, but
that would have had to have been 5 players inside B site if a third would have been there. Yeah. They killed 2. He counts 2. But all looks good in the end. Flawless arriving to the bomb site. Missed op shot out of Slen. Gives Flawless a chance at another 1v1 up close. ZTR, the second victim, tap on bomb. And he goes back. He's thinking maybe he's got this time. Flawless, I mean, this incredible stick. And Towson still yet to come out to clear it. Has just enough time. And he'll catch him.
Oh my goodness.
Flawless trying to get away with the 10-second defuse. Towson picks up slack this round. A triple kill to his name for GamerLegion's 12th.
Yeah, he did have a moment right there just to go for the swing, but didn't know exactly where Towson was. So Towson makes up for the weird read on the situation by just getting the kills in place, and that's also been a problem for Virtus.pro. They're staying ahead. Yeah, but it's Rez's first 2 kills that make this really simple. It's full control of the situation, and this is the buy that Virtus.pro set up for themselves, so it's a little bit better than the last. They get the op in place, and unfortunately for them, they didn't win that last round, but it's actually not too bad. They are masters of math sometimes.
Maths.
Yeah. Maths. 1 CT round.
That's all. I mean, first 3 rounds of the game, last 3 rounds of the half, and even those ones weren't the most convincing. You sprinkle a singular CT round win in here for Virtus.pro. And because of the veto that the analyst desk kind of broke down, I mean, GamerLegion comfortable from start to finish in this series. Hell of a day for Rez to go above and beyond. But these are the kinds of moments you hope he steps up in with playoffs on the line. And Flawless only able to capitalize on ZTR's back turned. Lane control remains in the hands of GamerLegion. Ancient remains in control for GamerLegion. They will take a pause here, forced Flit and Icy to try to wiggle their way out of a tough spot with lesser guns. And there's no denying that the op's been online for Icy. At least that element of Virtus.pro's play can be considered. But Flit, rough go of it. 5-11 at the moment. 12th death feels inevitable now.
But Icy is the one out. He's coming up with an op in this position. They're not coming in from elbow. There's maybe someone who crosses by him. There's 2 players in B with Icy.
I love this pause from GamerLegion.
Yeah, but they don't have any info. Oh, man.
Yeah, VP just a little too frantic.
They just left.
Patience, name of the game. Absolutely vacant B bomb site. Icy just wrote off the possibility that they'd be hiding in the pocket.
Crazy. What a decisive close here. Man, GamerLegion just, throughout these T rounds, have just gotten better and better.
Dire spot here for Flit. Absolute desperation as they come running by Red Room. One saving grace is there isn't a flank. Problem is, you got smokes up in front of you. He doubles back, grabs util, drops it onto the short side, and Rez sees that as an invitation to put the final nails in the coffin of Ancient here. Looking to go 3-1 on the day, an opening loss to G2. An absolute dismantling of Falcons is where GamerLegion turned heads here in Bucharest. And today's challenge versus Virtus.pro, all is too easy. It's just lights out stuff from Rez. PR trying to come for the knife as Icy just forfeits the round. Can't save this time, buddy. 13-7. Nice and easy start to the day for the GamerLegion camp, led by the old dog of Rez.
Indeed, Connor, resurrected, you might say, freed from the prison of NIP onto GamerLegion and showing his veteran smarts in this one.
A real off of a lights-out performance from Rez, of course, but it just felt like from start to finish there was a plan, and that action reflected the plan appropriately. No interruptions offered up by VP Mohan. This was looking to me like a GamerLegion day.
Really does. I think this thing that stands out the most to GamerLegion is that every piece of utility that they bring into a round that has a really strong plan behind it, and you don't really see them waste it, whether it's... You've even seen Sland step into a Molotov to throw a counter Molotov just for a very small advantage.
Right.
But they never offhand anything. And I think that's what... Yeah, they just get so much bang for their buck in each round.
Feels like a team that has effectively minimized mistakes, not just in the utility department, but beyond that as well. Some fun rotations and avenues of attack back on Ancient. But here we are on Mirage. We'll see if things remain simple. Down into the bomb site goes PR with the opening kill of map 2.
Wow.
And they've got Electronic just begging for help, but unfortunately his cover dries up. Bomb goes down. GamerLegion comfortable 5v3 post plant in the pistol. Icy sees nothing. From gunfights to an absolute absence of things to shoot at here, GamerLegion have just allowed Virtus.pro, not even allowed, forced them rather, to get out of that back market door if they want anything of a retake. What a beautiful post plant.
Seriously.
Sit pretty behind your cover and watch VP flop around to do nothing.
You can really see how much thought goes into every spot, and everyone had a plan of reaction. First contact from bench and the Van Pillar peak right afterwards. So that was so constricting. There was just no way Virtus.pro, even with some extra time, couldn't even get back into it or think about it. Also, the way that they scaled across the windows was perfect. Like, just, you know, there were moments where you could die on these peaks, but they're like, okay, if we don't die doing this, then we win.
Yeah, I do the smokes.
There was so much pressure on the Cat Pillar player. They couldn't peek any windows. Bomb could go down. There was just no recourse anywhere in that round, except for that first peak. Instant force back here for Virtus.pro.
Already ahead of Flamus' smoke. Good for him. He gets damage on both. Unfortunately for him, it's just Electronic next on a scout. So those two tagged players by Tetris get a chance to catch their breath. We get a scramble out of VP back around towards Ticket. Flashbang interrupts Towson, so he has to hold for a moment.
Smoke
and now
would be better.
VP have effectively positioned correctly. It'll boil down to trying to topple off the tagged up Rez and Towson. ZTR goes jumping in. He's kind of lost track of the one connector player, but that's all right here for GamerLegion. Kills continue to trickle forward to their advantage. All goes. And Fame and Flit tucked away. Felt like there was going to be a fight out of Virtus.pro this round, but GamerLegion just lick their chops and chomp back down on the second wave of VP's pressure.
Yeah, they didn't rush to plant for CT spawn without CT control, and instead had ZTR jump over the stair smoke with a connector smoke coming out to make sure they had full control of the situation. Another one just too tough to get back in for Virtus.pro. 5 players alive here from GamerLegion on the A attack. It looks scrimmy at first, and then it gets organized afterwards. They just pop up the A ramp.
Yep. Again, it kind of feels like ZTR is very good in those moments to get everybody back to the protocol. You know, Counter-Strike is a game of reactions at its core, and sometimes you have to do things on the fly, but it's all about that, you know, tree of options. It doesn't feel like ZTR rules with an iron fist, but he is very good at getting everybody back into a more composed version of themselves. Sign of a good leader.
Crazy how unlikely the two kind of Swedish callers we've got right now, how well they're doing, you know, considering the many years where it was only Hampus and there's no one else really from the old guard, no Pronax, no, you know, whoever was even calling on Nip most of the time, like
DeFlaren.
Yeah, I mean, there was a period of time where, yeah, no one even knew who was the IGL, the best team in the world, because that role was changing hands. But very cool to see that Sweden still has the capabilities. There's one decent gun here to hold this, the Thomas. Spot anything.
Yeah, gets stomped out. Fame, first Thomas at bat. There's the second one just behind him. Icy gets dropped. They know Fame's still here on very little HP, and so they follow through.
It's another perfect approach, isn't it? They jump
Excellent.
out. Yeah, instead of just focusing on scaling out through Ven, they get across the site to the E-box, and now Flamus is alone. He would really like another kill here. I mean, it would definitely help, but yeah, last round 5 alive, this one majority alive. I got so much money.
Flawless start to the GamerLegion T-side endeavor. Just feels to me like if GamerLegion are going to be stopped here in Bucharest, it's going to be by the hands
Of Apogee?
I mean, maybe I would love to actually see that head-to-head right now.
Double smoke the window.
I mean, across the board, you know, I do think Prism is. I mean, he's literally playing the best Counter-Strike of his life at this event.
It's crazy.
Over the first 3
impressive
days.
Teams, right? It's GamerLegion, Apogee, and 3D Max.
Sure. Turning tide here in Bucharest.
And not to say G2 actually done extremely well, but just meeting expectations.
Yes. Whereas we've got 3 cores at least exceeding them.
Oh, no idea.
Caught.
And he's out. Oh, and he's so out of there.
See ya. And that's man advantage to come with it because we had a bit of posturing here. Felt like there was possibility for VP, and Flit will continue to try to draw something back.
Oh, but ZTR, he hasn't fallen totally back. And Flit, surely he's going to be looking for this. Okay, that's a nice move. And because you see ZTR going back to A, I mean, surely they know that it's going to end A from the VP perspective.
So Icy to set up Flawless if they want to get disruptive. We get the follow through at 40 seconds, giving themselves more time to slow it down if need be. Flawless flashed in slightly. Doesn't get contact. Palace player still tucked down. Smoke to cover the bomb plant, and Flawless won't spam away. So now it's a retake needed, but you're already up on site at least. Flawless with 2 players still behind him. All in ticket retake. Good kill from Towson as he's not just planted, but now repositioned onto the other side of default. Tethered here nicely with PR, who goes for the wide swing to get past that Opper's expectations.
Man.
What a swift reposition here from PR. Icy thinks he's locked behind the other set of boxes. Now, does he drop the ball by missing that shot? Yes, he does. VP still come through with the defuse and their first round win. Huge reposition from PR doesn't pay off.
Yeah, that's an awkward moment for PR. That was a guaranteed position because the fact that he got past triple, he should have known. There's no way Icy could read this. He thought he came out quickly and cleared everything out. Maybe it's an A ramp play, maybe it's Apex, but definitely not behind him. But couldn't believe it. An amazing move from Towson to get back under balcony and then move into the smoke. Yeah, VP needs something to grab onto right now, some thread of hope.
Feels like Flawless just won the lottery with that one. You can see him tense up when the bullets come flying out of PR from the flank.
Yeah.
From jump scare to the icy clutch. Still.
Icy's been there doing his job, but I think he's just not a take over the game opper. He's going to need someone else to create momentum. But at least he's hitting all the shots, all the opportunities that he can get. And he has quite smart moves as well, just moves a little slowly. Oh, full commit there. Could have got 2. Oh, nice shot, Icy.
Very nice. Towson quick on the recovery, though.
Yeah.
We've got low health bars all across the board.
Look what happens to the map instantly after that. Fall back out of CT. Window. Underpass taken.
Rez goes deep and just owns Electronic. Now all that VP have is this double up on ticket. The bomb is in Palace, so it may be positioned correctly. And again, Vent is still unbroken.
I mean, they should know that it'll either be CT or it's B players, right?
But how do you get the bomb over?
Yeah, that's the thing. The bomb could have made a different move here, but Flash comes out. Towson's going to
drop another smoke. It looks like the other players, the supporting cast, try to give helping hands, and looks like they've done enough. Fame can't step out far enough, ends up taking damage now. His position should be known.
Oh, man.
Towson just beams him. Triple kill here from Rez, who is looking to tap back into his performance on map 1. He was the star of the show on Ancient, and he is already tied for most frags here 5 rounds deep. The success of Virtus.pro short-lived after their first round win.
It's just another display of how effective they are with every piece of utility they use. They understand, you know, how much value can add if they really hold it for the right opportunity. And I mean, even here, like the swing with the molly at the same time, they have everything covered.
Two flashes, two smokes, and some pistols for VP to try to stop the 6th. But inside of the A site, no early contact. It's mid taken over by GamerLegion. You know, they haven't fallen victim to the lesser buys, really. There's been no mistakes out of the GamerLegion endeavors today.
Yeah, man. It feels like at Virtus.pro, if they keep like moving in the right direction, they'll end up in a place where GamerLegion are, right? Very careful with each piece of utility. They can play a long round. They default a ton. Yeah, but for now, I mean, all they can do is kind of learn, I think.
Smokes out from Connector as Rez drops his nades. Fame looks like he's looking to get into something tricky in a second. Flash finds Rez perfectly. Pistol's gonna clean him up. And now that could be the AK retrieve. They're trying to reach out for it. Fame decides to drop window through underpass up into the B apartments. Meanwhile, the B site itself gets taken. Flit hits that headshot with the picked up AK. Just said that GamerLegion haven't really fallen victims to these sorts of rounds, but now Slend exposed, able to save himself. Flit just got spotted. Double kill here from Slend, now all in on Catwalk instead. VP, we're looking at a 5v3 retake attempt on the B site. Now they're scrambling to pick up scraps because they're gonna let this one slide.
Even with the Cat Bricks boost, they could have caught Slend for a moment, but he was just too slippery. They'll at least be able to go grab this AK. But just that spider sense tingling for Slend turns around at the perfect moment. I mean, actually even took some damage and had to respond that way.
It's great timing on catching the 5-7 at first. A little bit unlucky that when Flit picks up the gun, the view model like sticks around the corner on the switch to just show him. And not an easy shot for Slend to hit under pressure. Was a critical piece of that post-plant control.
And he is great under pressure.
Yes, sir.
He does hit some pretty clutch shots, that's for sure.
I've seen Slend take over Mirage games in the past. Right now, it's not the one-man army that Rez put forth on Ancient. Clean stuff in the first 6, but VP's guns here in the 7th.
Looking pretty systematic so far from GamerLegion and still not throwing in any rushes, leaving anything to chance. Regular 1 minute smoke timing. No punish, though. Gonna get some audio off of these jumps, but none of the utilities actually done anything so far. The crawl will still come.
Ooh.
Nice timing for Fame. That's a very small window he can get there as they come to the top mid.
Him and Flit continue to look to tether. Oh, Slend.
Wow, the nade bouncing
just
actually
popped it
works
open.
Better, yeah.
Now ZTR's managed past. He's past Fame. They've somehow switched places. He sneaks out through smoke. Flawless takes position up in Connector. This round's getting crazy. Slend hits the no-scope. There's another player here to catch them off. An unexpected position from Icy cleans up those last two. What a zany round this time for VP.
Man, that one shouldn't have even been close, if not for Slend. The nade off the corner of the wall to open that up. I need to know if that was on purpose. If it went through, it maybe does damage, but blowing that smoke open helped out a lot.
Just opens up enough of the smoke as well. And that was ZTR, correct? To kind of push the wall on Catwalk, getting past Fame. I mean, makes sense that Fame is preoccupied with bottom middle because there's so many bodies down there, but... All right, VP, nab a second at least here on the defense. Challenge those to do it in consecutive rounds. Electronic gets caught floating in the window. 0 and 7, folks.
Oof. And he was full tilt last map. Can't imagine his mindset right now.
Yeah, he finished Ancient 9 kills, 15 deaths. Second lowest performing player for Virtus.pro. Oh, no!
Oh, my God. Okay.
You're
well,
kidding.
that could create a tragic situation. Does make it a 4v4.
Tries to go over top into like the flick shot no scope. We'll see if the rifles can recover because the op's not on their side. GamerLegion, ooh, Towson over top of the staircase. I mean, we're starting to get into the slippery Counter-Strike. PR just walking around with a knife out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, dude, this is, these last 2 rounds, we have, I don't know what, delved into the depths.
Slend he giveth and he taketh
Yeah,
away.
what was that? I mean, goes for, yeah.
He was looking to see over the CT box, strafed in. I think he maybe was just gonna just wall bang it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
But there was like a little like flick to the wall bang, and that's what ends up putting it in the back of Rez's head. And then even like jumping top stairs with an op to go for like a no scope
I'm gonna
entry
make up
next.
for this, guys.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, you can make up for it by scoping on an angle and getting a kill back. I'm the star of the show. Like, okay.
The bomb's holding back.
The GamerLegion
Bomb
system.
can't stay here forever.
Slend, put your hands on the keyboard, bro. He's drinking water.
Slend this map, dude.
Dude, what
We
is...
just we talked him up just now.
Yo, Ash, give him a little wallop upside the head.
Looking a little silly here. Oh boy.
What the hell is going on?
8 and 5, but those 5 deaths.
He's like, yeah, boys, I'll hold the flank. Glug, 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 glug.
Hit the chug jug. Oh, awkward. Oh, okay. How the heck did they figure this out?
What is going on?
How did they figure that out? Icy. Oh, it's not. They're not going to run to him. Electronic. First kill. There it is on the board.
Second and third.
Oh.
Not so much. Now, B-site still has a defender.
Ooh.
Frag grenade doesn't connect. Fame's gonna keep it clean though. Rez headshot puts him down. PR tough clutch with 29 points of health, but already 2 kills into the round.
PR can make this really weird.
His
Honestly.
last couple of rounds, it's felt like anything's possible. He's got bomb, and well, now apartment's fully cleared out.
Yes,
He's got
that's
time.
why. Oh.
But he gets a little jumbled up on the doorway, and Fame closes out. B-site holds strong. VP closing the distance to the 5-4 scoreline.
Almost figured it out, but that damn doorway. Last map, it was the small mistakes that let Virtus.pro back in the game.
Yes.
The rounds where there were no mistakes, of course, that's where GamerLegion just crushed them. But
At least those small mistakes only happened in the final 3 rounds of the first half. You were already up 6-3 when they happened, and then, you know, second half was closed out quickly. But yeah, we're kind of getting into that weird territory again. You're gonna let VP keep the first half close. Not as clean as back on Ancient. Rez unable to get the opening kill. 3 bodies here for VP out mid. And GamerLegion's T-side starting to fall apart at the seams.
that might have been a good time for a pause.
Yeah, pause so maybe you can drink your water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They have to remind themselves it's not actually a lost position. Just a couple of awkward moments, and now a disadvantageous spot.
I suppose if there's one opponent that should give you time to have a beverage, it would be Virtus.pro.
That's true. That is true.
You know, they were lulled into a false sense of security by that.
Ash said they wouldn't push me here at this time.
I read the notes, Ash. I should have had 30 seconds. But no, sir. Triple stack here for Virtus.pro. 2 here in the corner.
Awkward,
CTR instant on the first. Fame. Double kill's nice, but there comes the site player. Inflit headshot to Towson. Keeps it clean as need be. Majority alive, and Virtus.pro now gunning for majority round count on this CT half.
It's an interesting use of 3 players. I think it didn't look like a super convincing setup just because if one gets cleared. As you saw, both get spotted. And you would definitely clear get right in that spot. And the player tucked in on the box, boosts it up, can't peek out at all to help. Just a great rifling though out of Fame.
Tech9 through the smoke for the entry. Okay, take what you can get.
Now they're up to A.
Serves up a slight distraction for middle because now top con controlled. Fame to the sidearm keeps it under wraps. Oh, PR's got his hands on an AK now though. Things get interesting in the 1v2.
Yeah, very awkward. Bomb can be retrieved for sure. CT's going to regroup. Let's see if PR can read this. He had a good lay of the map last round in that 1v2.
Love the angle. Oh! If only he stayed perch for an extra second.
An extra second.
You know the first guy gets caught off guard, and then it's just a matter of a second headshot. And that second headshot would have been on a guy who's 1 and 9.
Small moments here, allowing Virtus.pro back into the game. But they have fully recovered this half now.
Still thinking about Slen blowing Red's head off.
That was crazy.
You've given VP a chance to step it up, and Fame has answered the call to action. Starting to light up the scoreboard in these last 5 consecutive round wins out of Virtus.pro. Not even a bomb plant to talk about lately for GamerLegion.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Ash comes through with the timeout coming into the last round of their T side. A round that features full guns, full nades, everything GamerLegion would hope to keep this map tied. CTR again going to try to get out through this top mid smoke aggressively. He's afforded a bit of space.
Oh, what
nice
a shot
from Icy to snap that one up into Rez. And then skin shown here by ZTR out middle. Meanwhile, everybody else trying to get into that A site, but the Virtus.pro defense holds strong in mid again. Flawless in anticipation of the stairs swing, eats a flashbang, and Towson creates a bit more space, but still gaps here found. Smoke in the top of connector to try to give them a chance to plant, and Sland, he's got it down uninterrupted. But not working with the op, he'll get that Galil further towards jungle they'll go.
Towson's got a flash. I don't know if they're going to use it for him. Oh.
Okay.
Just walked into that
Faces the smoke. Ah, Towson's going to make up for it. Things getting weird again, but nothing weird about this. 3 kills, Towson on for the ace. And as PR sits comfortably on that site, smoke goes up on bomb. Feels like PR's the guarantee. Emerging from the backdrop, they'll get that final round. I think a much-needed, convincing individual moment after a sea of awkward rounds from GamerLegion.
Such a crazy half. Awkward rounds, absolutely. Some unforced errors. Some regrets, for sure, that came into that for GamerLegion. But every opportunity to capitalize from Virtus.pro. And finally, they saved themselves from their own mistakes. Just a very funny one from Slend overall.
Yeah.
Lots of great kills. Walk into that corner backwards, the smoke comes up.
To get that 6th at least.
It's like that Zontix meme where he's Googling Google.
Yeah.
That was Baseland in some moments that happen. We've all been there. We don't even need full strength PR this game.
No, sir.
It's been solid this round.
Yep. He's been having his best event. And then Rez takes over map 1 and...
Towson had 12 health in that second.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
PR just here for the closer.
Nice! Fucking wrong. Let's fucking go, man!
That was a sweet round.
Nice. Let's go now, guys. Let's make a fucking great city out. We are good on.
What's that?
PEDs? That's why you hold W right there.
Guys, I've got an idea for a pistol. If all of you just follow me into the apartments, I swear to God, I'm going to get 3 kills, guys. Just follow me, follow me, follow me. We've talked about it before.
We all have sinus problems.
you know, why sniffing salts haven't taken over Counter-Strike yet. Just wait, you know, now that the nose strip pandemic has hit the Counter-Strike world.
Oh, give me a break with that.
You know.
It only looks good on Chopper.
And, well, now it's nose strip into sniffing salts. With the kinetic tape on the mouse arm.
Yeah. Like is it the Kinesio tape? Is that what it's called?
I'm not sure.
Talking about that blue.
That's true. No,
blue.
kinetic sand is the type of sand. It's like magnet sand. Anyways. Before I lose my marbles, we'll watch PR have to give up his original angle. Calls for a bit of support. Jackrabbits into the B bomb site here, but once they hit the ground, they really hit it hard. 2 headshots out of GamerLegion. There's the response back from VP. Slend with minimal cover. That was a 2-man advantage just taken away. Virtus.pro looking to reclaim on the 3v5 in the pistol.
Not planting yet, though.
No need. It is nothing but frags in abundance, and Rez a long road to this 1v3 clutch attempt. You have let Virtus.pro get back into this game.
Yeah, that was a good round, though. I mean, Famous having one hell of a match. Oh, icy 2. Very clean score lines between them. They have a lead. Electronics 1-10. Flawless is 3-10. And they're up on rounds. It's a rare sight for Virtus.pro. Normally you'd have, you know, Flawless up at the top of the board. And honestly, Electronic, when they were very good last event, was it Cluj where they... I think it was Cluj where they struggled, and then in between then they really popped off. Electronics for them was a lot better. So, GamerLegion officially now on the back foot. Looks like they're going to decide on B. And there's a pretty good stack here towards B.
Yeah, technically event-wise, Katowice is still their biggest success this year. 5th, 6th, before Flawless had to miss playoffs due to visa issues. 9th, 11th in Cluj, and a 7th, 8th finish at Blast Open Spring.
Right, it was the Open, yeah. But they just, in terms of quality of team play, just made some really big improvements.
Yeah.
All right, I
And
mean, this is a pretty dangerous stack. I mean, it could come down to utility. Let's see how light they come in.
Flit's got that Molotov primed.
1 kill and the smoke coming out really ruins things.
Flit's going to drop that Molotov, right?
Well, it could be for Van.
5-7 and an MP9. Both in the corner. Double held back by the first 2. PR keeps his head tucked the whole time. Flit's coming in. Still clears it. Well done. And not to mention, we had Electronic wrapping around the other side, so it looked like that was always going to unravel. Icy a little bit late to drop bomb down. That's fine. No additional pressure out of GamerLegion this run.
It's well survived. I mean, that one comes down to awareness. They clear everything that they don't molly. And a small opportunity to punish exits if they walk towards Rez.
Oh, you can laugh at those mistakes as they happen, but Virtus.pro have undeniably now seized this opportunity with both hands. 8-6 lead, map 2.
He's really working on this. Oh, man, he played that perfectly.
Yeah, excellent, Rez. Using the bomb to kill 1 and then the headshot wallbang. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Gets the AK as well, so there's an important moment from Rez to keep the money low of VP. Look at the limitations that's actually going to cause.
That's 5 dead plus the AK over. I mean, it's one of those situations where we find out this round how much it really paid off.
I mean, that's from 3 AK-47s this round that would have been had by Virtus.pro to now just the 1 on Flit.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all of VP's money on the line here in the 15th round of play.
Another compliment to GamerLegion is they always have an idea, you know, no matter what kind of round it is. 3 and through the window, and Rez makes his jump up. Full vision on window, or on mid, excuse me.
Forever good movement out of Rez.
Yeah. He's actually made a surf map. A very hard one he worked on in his spare time. Useless in CS2, but...
All your hard work means nothing. Oh, that's sad, actually.
Yeah. Listia's other assets.
Electronic gives him a little tease with that one Galil bullet.
Great place for the good guns in this round.
Like you said, they always come out with an idea. And Rez is going to collect the first. Now, there's a little bit more where that came from, and Fame down an underpass.
Bomb did get spotted.
He sticks around here, maybe trying to find that fallback. Towson on the angle, keeps him locked in, and the top mid player sees nothing here for VP.
Oh, very rocking a hard place here for Virtus.pro. What site do they go to now? They don't win in a fight back in mid's 40 seconds. The trouble with playing long rounds. Small mistakes matter for you, too. Electronic could win that duel.
Yeah, but he's 1 in 12.
Yeah.
Rez plays ahead of the Molotov. Oh, PR perfectly tethered there with Rez. And so Flit, poor guy, gets hit from both ends. That's contact top middle.
That's just a big mistake, isn't it? Because Virtus.pro, they outweighted their own smoke and window. So they missed their own timing. They tried to come back to mid, which seemed like that could have been a good idea, but GamerLegion, hey man, they found such a great way to use these small guns. And it looks like Rez's impact is really felt.
Yes, sir. Hands tied here in the final 2 players of Virtus.pro. Don't die after time, Flawless. Flawless,
Taking a fight with that?
What are you doing?
That? That's really just like...
Oh my God, for a Galil?
A Galil and like...
Brother.
It's just $400 he could have just hid. Or die sooner. Those are your 2 best options.
There you go, buddy. You can buy a smoke. Have fun. There, you threw it.
Tough.
You can have a smoke and you can play the bomb. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You had a MAC-10 and Kevlar to save.
Yeah. So, money problems continue.
All right, well, there it is. First round lost to the clock by Virtus.pro.
He goes unspotted here. He could sneak up underneath Sandwich. Oh, he starts running. He's going for the underbound clear.
Cues up Towson.
Ready for that either.
Easy cleanup. Well-timed Tech 9 peek from bottom connector. PR kind of lets that happen. Electronic, more kills in this round than the entire game. How much more? As he disengages from middle back to the bomb carrier.
You have the swing from Slend after they've already dealt with A, and they're pushing underpass as well. It's perfect movement here from GamerLegion. They kill ZTR. Rounds back on.
Remaining active. Oh, he gets 2 headshots and a third one queued up. Flit, Deegan hand. Gets it back, and that's an AK-47 delivered to Flit, who does have the Kevlar, and plus smoke and flash off the dead bodies.
Time to go back to A.
All right, Flit, figure this out.
Oh, a cat maybe. Let's see.
Towson running around in connector, making tons of sound. Don't know if that was out of earshot.
They're both going to play kind of very tucked in positions. But it looks like Towson, well, he's worried about a window lurk. Flit has a smoke to work with.
Flit looking to clear out sight. Just going to give himself a smoke for the plant. Spotted, but still a bit of extra time here. Gets off the angle. Flit's going to confirm some cash. Gun in hand, down to 30 health. Outnumbered, but distracted. Towson just keeps his attention trained towards Ticket a little too long, and Slend able to survive it with 13 health. So GamerLegion, that is the game tied up. Great effort here from Electronic. That double Tech 9 kill through connector really threw a spanner into the works, but Virtus.pro unable to capitalize because ZTR stays adamant about remaining in control, goes for that underpass push, and cleans up the majority of what was left there of VP.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it would have really loved to have picked that round up because, again, that flawless death, those 2 exit kills, that last buy, and now this round where Flick gets an AK and almost no one else can afford one. Very unfun position for Virtus.pro this game.
Already prepared for the underpass play. Rez still floating around. There's an AK in the backdrop. It's a bunch of bodies confirmed, bottom mid. They'll be met by smoke and so deterred for the time being. Down goes the gun. But luckily for them, falls in a retrievable place, so Fame's turn. And he still has Kevlar.
Yeah, you get to run the gauntlet with their two best players right now.
There it is. Yep.
20th.
That's what you're looking for. If Flit can't do it, Fame can. That's kind of the aura at the moment.
Another 15 seconds passes. This is going to come down to just, how many extra kills you can get. But you've got guys who need to die right now. I mean, you can't have another Glock save on a round like this, so.
Electronic has $100. No Kevlar and a Glock.
Yeah. I'll make it seem like some kind of cat split. So there'll be a lurk in place, but it is just a Glock coming through the smoke.
There's the ramp push. Rez still waiting out middle. And now they'll be able to turn attention. Supported here by ZTR, despite him being blind. Bomb plant wouldn't be half bad. That makes up for some of the economic losses, but it is an easy cleanup for GamerLegion as far as they're considered.
They need every dollar, so yeah, the bomb plant will matter. Virtus.pro has kept this game close, but off the back of some pretty sizable issues and mistakes, unforced errors out of GamerLegion.
Well, that's the thing with playing this map as well, right? Desk kind of touched on it. Like, GamerLegion maybe going down their list of best maps to try to punish Virtus.pro more so. And maybe that awkwardness playing into the hands of GamerLegion now.
Yeah, like conventional advice, just always play your strongest map, even if the other team is really good at it too.
Right.
But yeah, GamerLegion are one of those teams that they look for punishes. They have very tailored game plans, always bespoke to your deepest insecurities. That's how Ash works.
Ooh.
Yeah, he just knows things about you no one's ever told you before.
Those things you think you've kept secret?
The thing that
Ash knows.
You thought no one noticed. That's what Ash sees.
You better clear your browser history before Ash comes around.
You little pervert.
Ash knows.
Ash knows.
This guy's got a clipboard, damn it. Keeps you on your toes. Bomb left back in spawn, VP. It's Electronic most limited, but we've already seen him have his best round of this map with a Tech 9, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But no actual swing towards the top of middle. And Flawless already starting to reel backwards from B.
Couple seconds while B was open a little bit, but Virtus.pro no plans to take it. Looks like they just tried to draw out some B utilities so they could go for a B split here, but there's a lurk on A ramp as well, so we'll see if this goes a little longer. Just don't want to have to run through mollies. However, they're walking underpass now.
ZTR sees this as a chance to just take a bit of a look out from bottom con. Here comes Fame.
Oh.
Back's turned. Oh, ZTR still able to capitalize. Looked very awkward for a second. And PR missing his chance to strike down the top mid play. This is a lot of contact in mid for VP to offer up at 30 seconds. Icy returns the favor. Rez leans back, catching him off guard. And Flit now takes Slen's eye towards Palace temporarily. They know Icy's trying to push this bomb up jungle, so utility key here to allow that cross. But Rez isn't going to shy away from the fight. Just a matter of a single bullet here. Icy holds on bench, locked into this position. Tech9's out, bomb's down, and now it comes down to just the clock. But Flit has time, had time. Did he just miss that?
No, he's got it. He's got it.
All good. Whew. Extra little second. Rez coming out from top. Con. Oh, now you've got him open, and it's low health for Flit. I thought that delay cost him, but he still just put the bomb down. It's the reposition that then's disallowed.
This is like an old school, like Polish Virtus.pro call. They did what felt like sort of a double fake. They did a good job drawing a utility. Their play to get out of underpass actually worked. Rez, or ZTR, did not have any idea they were coming there. Just came in to check really late, and just as he turned, it's the moment where he can get the spray better over Fame. And then GamerLegion suddenly look like geniuses. They've got everyone in a good spot to fight into middle. That was actually a very good attempt here from Virtus.pro. But they couldn't stick the landing.
Ouch. Flawless has just been neutralized this map.
It's a nightmare for him.
Nice electronic. Catching Rez at least. Burns down to half health, but then peeks into Slen, so kill comes back. Frag grenade with Fame's nade on it, and that utility damage for Flawless and Fame to have to stomach this round does not bode well.
Oh, another moment of exemplary utility, punishing every fallback too.
Towson slips beyond the timing here, despite Flit getting out to Tetris.
We're not going to see this sandwich, right, at the very least. So Flit's in an interesting spot. Now it's just a question of how far out are they exactly.
PR also gives up his position with the jump, so this is Flit well aware of this close proximity. Now utility being heard. There's the boost. They know there's a second. PR's swing ends up being the perfect timing. Dodge the flash. Icy able to deny that. And we've still got this 2v4 online. Icy looking for the ticket contact. Layered defense, though, is going to sweep him away. This would have to be Flawless's most impactful moment. And as he waits for Slend, ooh, this smoke, temporary. He backs up into the angle, and Towson over top to get the 11th here for GamerLegion. We heard it at the end of the first half. ZTR said, come on, boys. Let's have a solid CT side. And despite a slow start, they are now piecing that together.
It's just so many good rounds to talk about. So many small moves to talk about that were great. Every piece of utility works out beautifully. The nade on the backup and underpass, the finalize, spray down kill there. They were very safe about their approach on A. I mean, there was the boost on stairs that could have maybe swung this back into Virtus.pro's favor, but for the most part, GamerLegion did a great job of creating a number of unfair fights. And with 2 players at 4 and 16 for Virtus.pro, I just fear, they don't have the firepower at the moment to keep up with GamerLegion.
GamerLegion, who in contrast have spread the wealth. It's been a lot of really nice team play from GamerLegion throughout this series. Ideas flowing constantly. And despite some awkward situations, we'll call them, at the end of this first half, CT side's absolutely made up for it so far. Can't really afford that, yeah. Rez locked in at this point. Fame to his left, electronic up above.
They're probably just finding out about that smoke now. Very awkward. They just want to be able to cross, but they're being watched from every angle. Got to kill these B guys themselves.
Rez, easy entry. As he repositions, B players try to just force errors on the site. PR up into the van, and this is a total stuff Virtus.pro banking on an icy 1v5. Odds against him, 12th round secured. 4-map match and playoff points for GamerLegion.
No kidding. They got to be hyped about this, man. The frustration's there for Virtus.pro, but to be honest, like, they need to improve like 10 different things every round based on how well GamerLegion are playing versus them. Could have been a genius veto. Just excellent game plan, but also sound fundamentals across these two maps so far for GamerLegion. The streak of rounds is well deserved. Missing your top con smoke when playoffs is on the line. I mean,
yeah,
don't have to think much past that.
No, those are the mistakes that should cost you your playoff slot. Back to the practice room, and to try again tomorrow at a 2-2 record is what looks like VP's fate. An inability to find consistency at the start of 2025. Meanwhile, GamerLegion looking to reach new heights.
Everything rests on this A play here for Virtus.pro.
Triple up inside of the Palace, so they'll just be looking to bombard into the bomb site, but you've got not one, two players up in close proximity. Rez offers his back to Palace. That's going to be him down after the one. Opera's going to draw attention, plus a critical shot. Nicely done here from Slend. Bomb's going to go down unless Wallbang connects, and a nade with his name on it. Icy dropped to 17 health. It is a dire straight for the Virtus.pro Opera to keep GamerLegion off playoffs, and that is not going to happen. Seizing an opportunity here in Bucharest. 3-1 their record. GamerLegion playoffs bound.
And my, don't they deserve it. And look, what I love about this as well, just look at the body language. It's like, yeah, it's just another day for us. This is a team that continually improves.